A really interesting quarter from Cisco. What worked?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Corey, sales up very good. And what was really good at Cisco is the core business here really is sales. It's over 20% of revenue. They have a new product there that's really starting to work. And the trick with Cisco, what people are looking for is they really want to see that company start to get out of the woods in terms of growing again. And I think we're getting there. This is the first quarter that really looked good to me, like they're on a more sustained growth trajectory.
So let's talk about that product that's starting to work, because I think it tells us everything. That's the, what's the Catalyst 1900?
It's the
switch?
The Catalyst 9000 switch. It's a new...
The 9000. I'm so old, I'm not looking back at the 1900. No, I think that this is everything that tells us everything we need to know about what's going on in the world of hardware. Cisco, a company that has made boxes to stick in the back of offices and data centers, now has this Catalyst 9000 that does what?
Well, it's much more software intensive, so you can really drive the network, if you will, from a software dashboard. It's all sort of point and click in terms of provisioning new circuits and setting up your network. And that's very attractive to companies and to carriers as they want to sort of minimize the IT personnel in an organization. And also as security gets more important. So that software-driven element of hardware is on the rise, and Cisco was a little bit slow in getting there. I think they're there now, and I think the momentum is going to continue to build for them.
Well, and to that point, it also seems like other companies that have been trying to get in there, VMware in particular, are really facing competition from Cisco on the software side, where the VMware and the like seem to have had an advantage, maybe not as strong anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and Cisco was a little behind the curve as well. As you mentioned, you know, the big companies like VMware have really had sort of a hard time turning that battleship, if you will. And smaller, more nimble companies like Arista on the switch side have come in and had very good success there.
Yeah, indeed, and there are competitors out there. Well, as it relates to the buyback, and I just tweeted something about this before I ran to the set here. Yes, they're committing $25 billion to the buyback. Yes, it'll reduce the shares outstanding. Or will it? The company has been issuing so much stock to do acquisitions over the years that you've seen the diluted share count jump every single quarter, I think, for the last 16. At what point do we see a buyback as being something that's changing the nature of the income statement as opposed to just fixing something that was the nature of the income statement?
Honestly, Corey, that's tough to say because, as you mentioned, Cisco really is an acquisition growth story. When you're as big as Cisco, sometimes you need to buy your way into new markets. Most recently, they did it with BroadSoft in the collaboration space. And so it's tough to predict their behavior on that front, and therefore it's tough to predict where the share count's going to go. But this is a big buyback. This really is good news for current shareholders, I think.
Yeah, last question here as it relates to Cisco here. I mean, you said on the radio something I thought that was really important. You said this is a growth story again.
They are getting there. You know, the orders are something I really watch because that sort of gives you a forward view of the business. In this quarter, orders were up 5%, which is, you know, against a revenue forecast of 3 to 5% for next quarter. It gives you a lot of comfort. And what that tells me is they're starting to gain momentum. They're really starting to gain traction with those new products. And that really is the key to this story here.